I took Jay-Z and shopped him to every single label, and they all said no. I had to do it myself.
Why did they say no?
Either he was too old, he rapped too fast, they just didn't have it. So we were like, we'll do it ourselves. So that's the thing. Remember when I said before, people been telling me I'm not a superhero, and I know I am, right? So if someone told you that you couldn't sell companies and do the things that you did, because to them, it's superhero shit. It's a dream that can't come true for them. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you've done things that people want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee you, if you came with that idea to certain people, they'd say, give you 30 reasons why you can't do it. The reason why Roc-A-Fella was good, the reason why I did what I had to do, was because I knew how to have a clear dream without anyone obstructing it.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Welcome to One Buck, where we keep it a buck, and we hope y'all keep it a buck too. I'm Kev.
This is Coop, man. What is this, cuz?
One Buck Podcast.
Man, we One Buck Podcast because we keep it a buck. We stay locked in. We keep bringing y'all interesting facts, man. You know, not only that, we put fat on your head. What else do we do? Family.
Man, we change the narrative that they have already set for us.
Man.
Give it our own twist.
Man.
You did?
Keep it original and then putting that target, you know what I'm saying, out there, man, for you to put that fat on your head, to open up your mind and expand your brain a little bit.
Absolutely.
To see what we actually putting down, man, because everybody will come on here and be controversial about what they say about our show and what we doing, but y'all not looking at what cuz say. You can't get past the what?
Mess
to get the
message.
Y'all hear him speaking right there, man, so y'all need to open up your eyes and your ears to that, man, and listen to what we actually putting down. If you need to rewind it sometimes, you maybe need to go back and do that, man. But look, we stay smacking you in the mouth, man, with 1 or 2 episodes a week, man. We're going to keep it straight like that. We're going to keep that energy building up, cuz.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to get into nothing right now. I'm going to let you have your platform, man. You get on, crack into it how you do it.
Ladies.
Ooh, we switched it up with the ladies.
In today's news, R. Kelly is possibly getting set free.
Ooh, well, y'all hear that right there.
I know some of y'all is probably like, how the hell is this nigga gonna get set free?
Or deals, man. This ain't his first go around at it now.
Or then you got some of y'all who's probably like, they shouldn't have locked him up anyway. Well, that's why some of y'all need to go ahead and comment. Tell us what you think.
Yeah, right down there. That's where he's talking about. Go ahead and leave your comments. Y'all
man,
heard
what's your views off of this, fam?
Oh, Kelly Kell, man. If y'all haven't,
the Pied Piper.
If y'all haven't, by the way, go back and check out our original episode on R. Kelly, a.k.a. the Pied Piper. We did have that one on there, man, which is a dope one. Which brings me to this.
Let's get to it. You heard
it. It's really about time, man, because we talked about that. We covered it on the show. You gave your thoughts. I gave mine, bro. Fast forward all this. Did you expect seeing this, first off, before you asked me? Did you even expect the full turnaround like it did, my boy?
I didn't expect the whole turnaround like that.
It was a hell of a turnaround, bro. That's what I'm asking. Man. Like, I wasn't even expecting it, but to see where it is now, fast forward all this time after we done did that episode on this man, and now he done dug his way up out of there. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
with the help though, like this is what's you know crazy is you got artists that's coming out who've kicked it with him up in the club all of a sudden. Talking about she ain't see.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like kicking it with Kells up in the VIP. They had to be of age to get up in there. You know, all of a sudden people are saying these different things now. Yeah. Now here's what it is though.
It just fast forward, bro. Like boom, it hit us. I'm gonna say this in a nutshell about the whole hookup, man. I guess they was targeted at the people that was coming at him about the whole hookup with all of the girls.
Right.
Facts is facts. If the man get out, I'm pretty sure that they're going to go at him again. You know what I'm saying? You know how people do. You know what I'm saying?
They get you, they got you.
They going to get you, like you say. They get you,
they got you.
So you know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is, man.
He better walk. He better walk a straight and narrow path because they going to probe the hell out of him.
You better from here on out, because if you don't.
But then again, I find it ironic, ironically funny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Illinois had instated the purge law.
Yeah, exactly. How they said it. So y'all hear that.
Kind of funny how all of a sudden, with that going into play, and now we got this.
Yeah, so tell them we can put that side by side of what he's saying. If we can find it somewhere, we can include it at the bottom. They're talking
we'll
about
make sure that we put the clip up of the article.
Either the clip of the article or something regarding the article, so y'all can see it and take a look at it, man. You know, to me, like I said, bro, it just make you look at stuff and be like, okay, is it all scripted? You know what I'm saying? What is it? What's going on? You know what I mean? So.
Man.
And it's not. It's just becoming more and more obvious.
I, for one, stand with the situation. I felt like this when I was a kid, and I came on. You know what I'm saying? Like we used to watch BET. You know what I'm saying? There was only certain programs that we would watch.
Yeah, I didn't. I was only one. It'd be like Rhapsody in the Basement. You know what I'm saying?
So you never watched Video Soul with
Donnie Simpson and all them coming up, but I wasn't like, I wasn't really. And my sisters was on that jump though. I used to hate watching.
Well, I had to because sis.
That was same for me, man. But they was younger, but still.
Shout out to Big Sis with that, by the way.
Man, for real.
Shout out videotape that joint, man.
Man, Tisha and y'all just do the same thing, man. For real, bro. Like, Sis used to do it on my end, too. When tired of it.
When they came on, where matching Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse hook up.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
With Aaliyah. Yeah. And Aaliyah was around the same age. Well, I wasn't no kid. I was in the teen stage, I want to say.
Facts, bro.
Because if Aaliyah would have been alive, God rest her soul, you know what I mean? She would have been around there in the same age bracket as probably us. Yeah. So I know at the time of age, probably maybe a couple years difference. I'm sitting here like, ain't she? You know what I'm saying? Like, our age.
Right.
And you on here with this young, like, I knew then, but it was nothing being done. So then when the stuff hit the fan,
right,
he got caught up with the tape.
Yeah.
Said it wasn't him. I think he tried to put it off on his brother. His brother locked up.
Man.
Then he come out talking about the situation. What had me tripped, though, was when he was talking about sipping from the same side of his mother's lipstick was on. Like he had some, you could tell Kels had some issues.
Did you see the interview with his brother? You said his brother.
Well, yeah, his brother did it.
His brother did an interview with what's his face, man, the one that we had on 50 episode, bro, where he was really just diving into it, bro, and really getting into the meat and potatoes, what was going on, man. I can't remember dog name. I always do this every time we get on there, man, so I made sure I put it in there, man. But dude did do a bid in Rikers Island. We included him on a couple other videos, man, that was really kind of diving in with it, bro, because I'll tell you what.
I think he kind of took a rap.
It's crazy, man. That's crazy, bro, how to look at it like that. I know his brother was on his episode. He did a podcast with his brothers, and he said that the brother went on to say he just got out the joint, and how somebody in this side of the family was trying to say that they were, cousins or whatever they were, and they dude was like, I ain't never known of these cats to say that they part of my family. Right. I've never seen you never been to a family reunion, whatever. Right. So they dove at him. I guess dude just got out the joint or whatever, but he was talking about Kelly, how his lack of education, how the nigga couldn't read, how he couldn't write, how he couldn't, and he had somebody to do that. He said the person that
Couldn't
was doing that,
reuse it.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. So he said the person that was doing that, bro, was really diving in, you know what I'm saying, trying to help him, you know what I'm saying, with that aspect. Without them being around, Kelly would sucker himself into a stupid deal easy, bro. So, no, look, speaking of that, man, while we talking about it, we do want to include that clip real quick of Kel's, you know what I'm saying, just of the whole woo-wah breaking it down to that whole spinoff, man. We'll be right back.
My question to you is that how I see it after I look at all the pieces of the puzzle. Do you know who Cheryl Mack is?
Cheryl Mack, yeah, I know. I worked alongside Cheryl. Yeah, she was stealing from Rob. She was stealing from him. You know, and there are a lot of things that Robert is guilty of. First of all, he trusts the wrong people too much. Period. He can know that they did something underhanded to take money from him and won't get rid of them. That's a big problem. That's a big problem. Because if they did something on that little small level, you think they're not going to do something big, in which something big did happen. How could somebody like Cheryl Mack be getting royalties from Robert? That don't make no fucking sense whatsoever.
How is she getting royalties?
I'm just put it like this, man. Robert has a certain lack of knowledge academically. And when you come to him when he's in a situation where he may not want to be bothered with it, and they come to him with an urgency. We need these documents signed because of whatever, and he signs them without reading them or having someone read to them. He's made several mistakes right there. I used to tell him coming up, now you got a good career going, you know, your fans absolutely adore you, they love you, you know, but let's get you together. You need to know how to read, and you paying people to work your body out to give you the kind of body that, you know, women will desire, and you could take nice album cover pictures and stuff like that. Now let's get your mind right. You can get some people to come in and tutor you. You can pay them $800-900 a week, tutor you, learn how to read. Now you can go over some of these contracts yourself and understand different things. You know, instead of having to rely on somebody who bent out of shape to get you in the first place. They didn't want that. They didn't want him to learn how to read. They wanted him to stay just like he was, because to them, he was they lick. Robert was a lick. And I hate to say that, but that's just the realization of it, bro.
Right. So,
you know,
what they say is that allegedly Cheryl Mack got fired or whatever, and she went and tried to get a TV show based around his lifestyle, which ultimately spun into Surviving R. Kelly. You know, she reached out to Tamara, and Tamara went and grabbed the girls, allegedly, casted them, got all the girls. Then you had the cop or the person that put out the 800 number, woo, woo, woo. Then you had Cash Jones with the book, Sex Me, Daddy's Little Freak, where she made up the fake story about Rob. Then she met Rob and told him that she wrote this book. And then they took some of the book and coached some of the girls with it for Surviving R. Kelly. And that's where Surviving R. Kelly came from, allegedly, originally from Cheryl Mack seeking out a TV deal, and then them getting the Clarys and the Savages involved, and then the Surviving R. Kelly comes, then the Homeland Security person allegedly supposed to have seen it, and then that's where the indictment comes from.
Okay, I could probably see that along with a whole lot of other issues that were going on at the same exact time, you know. But I do believe, and I've seen with my own eyes, and you know, I'm from the streets of Chicago too, man, and I know a snake when I see one. I know how they operate, and they were operating within the camp. You know, they wanted to always talk privately with him, because if they're talking about some things in front of me that I understand, that I'm going to question that shit right then and there. Like, there was things that came up with his accountant, and I used to be like, you know what, to keep all this bullshit down, have this dude audited. You need to have him audited, so you can make sure that your money is doing what it's supposed to be doing, and that he's doing what he's supposed to be doing with your money. You know, all this, he my friend, it's my boy, and all this. How is he your boy? You just met this dude. When you met him, he was driving a goddamn Camry, a Toyota Camry. Then, not long after that, he's driving every series of Benz damn near out. I don't get that. And all these years, Robert been telling him, I want my own business. He wanted to put together a cigar lounge. And he was at the cigar lounge, and he had met this German guy. So they talked about doing an endeavor together to get this cigarette lounge off the ground. So Robert gave him Daryl's information, told him to call Daryl. They would correspond with each other to see if they can get this thing off the ground. And the guy called Daryl, but Daryl never called this guy back. So then he runs into Robert. And Robert's like, man, you faked me out, man. You never call. Man, I was calling all the time. Your guy would never answer my calls. He would never answer my calls. You know, and Robert took that to Daryl. Why you not calling a dude back? I don't remember getting any calls from him. You know, that was his theatricals on that. But you can have a restaurant built, a restaurant nightclub built, you know. But what Robert has been trying to do for the longest, you couldn't do nothing with that.
Right.
It's the most craziest thing I've ever seen in my life, man.
Against R. Kelly to reportedly be dropped, R. Kelly could be released from prison, according to an iHeartRadio news report. The federal charges against R. Kelly might be dropped. R. Kelly's case is up for appeal, according to a news report by 103.5 FM radio station. Robert Kelly, also known by his stage name as R. Kelly, was found guilty on 9 charges last year and given a 30-year jail term in June by a federal court in New York. The jury in that case concluded that Kelly had committed a crime. And the Kelly case is reportedly up for appeal. Attorneys are contending that regardless of how you feel about him or his alleged crimes, he did not participate in criminal activity in the case, which is currently on appeal, although the lower court rejected this defense. Many legal experts believe that R. Kelly's attorneys have a real chance of winning the case on appeal. According to alleged evidence and testimony given in court, the New York case focused on accusations and claims that Kelly, his bodyguards, drivers, managers, and others created a decades-long system that led to him reportedly breaking the law. In a federal court in Illinois, R. Kelly was charged with distinct federal offenses that had a much higher likelihood of being proven true. The Illinois trial was planned to concentrate on R. Kelly's alleged actions and alleged video recordings. However, it now seems that the prosecution might be dropping those accusations. Reportedly, someone who accused R. Kelly said that they were informed that the prosecution was dropping the charges against R. Kelly, and other media outlets have corroborated this claim. Reportedly yesterday, the first person to come out and accuse R. Kelly shared that information all over social media, and it has everyone talking and speculating. R. Kelly seems to be untouchable from when he started off his career with a group by the name of Public Announcement. R. Kelly is a master producer, composer, and performer, and is often called by many the king of R&B despite all of his controversies. R. Kelly also continues to stay in the news as relates to his ex-wife, Andrea Kelly, who was a former backup dancer and had 3 children with him. What do you think about the cases? Do you think the case will be dropped? Please provide your feedback in the comments section below.
Just watching that though, man, like I said, it really gives you a perspective of, you know, the way he came up, bro, because you saying that, you know what I mean? You telling deliberately you the older brother, but you say your little brother was skeptical of him reading and being able to write and being able to know what was a good deal versus bad deal. Like he didn't know any of that. People played him like that, bro. So what's your thoughts on it, man?
Man, I seen pictures of him getting out of the first trial that he was on, I do believe, had some young lady picture R. Kelly protesting, like, you know, support, or not protesting, but supporting Kells in the situation the first go round.
Right.
Same young lady had turned around outside of the court after he was not guilty. Mm-hmm. Like damn near at his pocket, you know what I mean? Like right there, hip and hip, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, breaking free from R. Kelly come out, and she right there talking about she was a prisoner.
That's that Pied Piper, man. That Pied Piper a mug.
Here's my thing.
You a mug, Kelly.
I don't know, because
you got yourself out.
Everybody goes with, like, I don't know how, like I said, it had to be in that purge law. I think it's certain situations where the stipulations had granted him to become, because all of a sudden now you don't have enough evidence to hold him. But I don't think it is. I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think once that purge law came in, they pardoned. Yeah. But here's my thing. Bruh, if you did, you did, you know what I mean? And you need to get you some help, you know what I'm saying? Like, for you to repeat the same hookup time and time and time again, you actually have some type of infatuation or some type of screws loose that you need to get some help. Because if not, the temptation is going to be there for you, and you probably is going to repeat yourself. And these people is going to wait for you to do the same thing.
No doubt. No doubt.
Regardless of your music is not the issue of what you being on trial for. What you being on trial for
is what has been known.
Is what has been known of you.
Right.
So, like I said, when I heard you like to sip out of the same side cup as your mom's lipstick was on, that's a little freaky. It's a little freaky.
I mean, it's weird. Definitely weird from that aspect, man. I know he grew up weird, you know what I mean? Obviously, you can tell the man grew up weird just based off his characteristics and the things that he liked. Y'all listen to the lyrics in the song. You know, a big one for me was, you know, him and Jay-Z's album that they did together. That whole album, they talked about pretty girls, this, that, and the third, you know what I'm saying? Go back and listen to that album, analyze it, man, see for yourself some of the stuff that they were saying. And a lot of people still just solely blame it on Dog. Like, it's not just R. Kelly. I believe
a lot of others.
I believe Jay-Z had a hand in that, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people had a hand in it because how they broke ways, bro. How they broke ways from that tour. And then they stomped him out of the tour. You feel me? Left him cold out the tour, bro. So
they got physical. They got physical.
Yeah,
they got hands on.
But would you blame him?
It wasn't Jay though, like, you know.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but it was his people. But still, bro, to come on that scenario and to come across that situation, when you looking at it, bro, you're like, damn, straight up, that's how it is. Like, okay, you gonna do me like that though?
And he ain't the first. That's what I'm saying. Like, he ain't the first. He probably damn sure ain't gonna be the last. But I'm just saying, like, to put it put it in blunt terms.
Yeah.
Get yourself some help.
Give yourself some help.
I'm not put on this earth to judge. I try not to. Like I said, I was against the situation, but I had been said it before. The same thing what I just said on video. So I knew then. So how didn't anybody know? You know what I mean? Like, it's not, you don't, she was sitting too close. And this was right before he forged the documentation to marry her.
Yeah, while she was 15.
But here again, though,
Allegedly.
what parent would go ahead and give you they child or another person they blessings based off of that because of fame?
The mom did, I believe. I think they even said he
Mother
had a relationship.
and the father.
I said they even said he had a relationship with the mother, if I'm not mistaken. He dated the mother too down the road. So
Piper was
piping. That's Piper. Piper crazy
Piper
dude.
was piping.
So I said, you got to lay it down and look at it like that. It was too much damn pipe. He set his ass down somewhere, man, because it got himself in a situation where he was. We know it's evident that he loved younger women. It started off with Aaliyah. It dove off into other aspects of the game. He's always been known to be around kids and
under legal age.
And here's the thing, when you got a person like that, you got free will. You got a person that don't know nothing, you know what I'm saying? That's not as experienced as you. You know, you can put these people in situations like the fool been doing. But like I said, I feel like it's not just R. Kelly. I believe Jay-Z. I remember
Jay-Z.
Remember I was telling you about the whole ordeal with
supposedly, allegedly, I should say. Not supposedly.
Well, allegedly. You got to say allegedly. You know what I'm saying? With the whole hookup with Aaliyah and
Foxy Brown,
Dame Dash, and all of them going through the circle. Like, all of them was dating Aaliyah at one point. There was pictures of Jay-Z walking around with Aaliyah with his arm around her neck.
If you remember right, Foxy Brown, though.
If you remember right,
Foxy Brown was 17.
Thing.
Was 17 with Jay.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, same thing. But I'm saying he tried to separate himself apart from that, bro. I said, man, we'll include some video of that too. You know, where Brush Up talking about, you know, Jay-Z and Kels being tied into the whole thing, because when Kels first got locked up, that was one of the first names that popped up out of his mouth was Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Well, Jay was with him, woo-woo, so Jay had to fall back. You know what I'm saying? Which he was playing it smart. But y'all do y'all research, man. Y'all can see pictures with Aaliyah with Jay-Z. Pictures with Aaliyah with Dame Dash.
When she got with Dame, she was
cooling down. They was locked in.
She was age. She was of age.
Yep. She was of age.
And she according to Dame, according to Dame,
allegedly,
she done came out with different things to Dame. You know what I'm saying? In that type of relationship.
Well, if you've seen the documentary, I don't know if not to cut you off. If you've seen that documentary, apparently that they did on USA, one of them documentaries on MTV, you know where they do the docs at, man. And they ended the movie with her dating Dame Dash, and then she got into the plane, to the plane accident.
Was it Romeo Must Die?
No,
it wasn't. Was it Queen of the Dam?
No, it was
that was her last flick that she did.
No, it wasn't a real movie, but it was one of the Lifetime TV movies they do on TV. They did New Edition, Hookup, and all of that. And they had her playing, and in that one, they had it ended with her dating Dame Dash. She had just met Dame Dash in this documentary. At the end, she got in a plane crash. She died. Right. Dame knew that she didn't like planes the whole night.
Right.
But I'm still saying, before that, do y'all research, man. And we're going to include plenty of that throughout the video, just pictures of her with Jay-Z with his arm around her.
I would love to sit with Dame and just get, you know.
He's still bitter about it, bro.
Man, it's a lot.
He's still bitter about it. Look, man, it's funny because you just brought this up, man. You know, mine was about Dame Dash, and this ain't even no cap, bro. Wow. Look, because you got to look at what's going on, man, and it's funny that we led all the way to this where I'm finna kick off, man, because Dame Dash allegedly, we on this allegedly, till we definitely on the allegedly. He allegedly said that he made Jay-Z and Kanye West, man. So with that being said, we're going to let y'all take a quick switch. Fall. Yeah, that's switchy. We're going to take a
stirring the pot,
quick pause for the cause. Let y'all check out this in-depth video, man. You know what I'm saying? What we putting down. Because y'all know we always need to bring y'all video or audio to keep y'all locked in, keep y'all engaged. Y'all listen to this real quick.
Just because someone gives them authority doesn't mean I'm acknowledging it.
That journey that led you from there, from being kicked out of that school to, you know, signing Jay-Z building that career and all of that success around Jay-Z and Kanye. What was, when you look back at why you versus everyone else, what did you have to spot Jay-Z's talent, to spot Kanye's talent, to build them into stars, to create Roc-A-Fella alongside them? What was it about you, in hindsight, the characteristics of you as a person, that made you capable of doing such an endeavor?
I mean, I just wasn't taking no. Like, if I believe someone's gonna win, I'm 100% sure that they will. And then I fight and make sure that they do.
Did you have history in music before Jay-Z? I mean, you'd been
Before
successful
being in the music business?
Yeah.
I was in the music business when I was 19. So I went from drug dealing to the music business.
Do you not need any qualifications to become part of the music business?
No, you could be the dumbest motherfucker in the world. That's why so many people are there.
Really?
You see, I mean, in the music business, the traditional music business, they are figureheads that, like, if you ask the average president of a, label about P&L and quarterly, they won't know shit about that. They're just there because a white company or another culture can't say that they're running black people with a white face. So you need a figurehead there. Someone that will listen to what that person's telling them what to do. And that's why that industry was no bueno for me. I'm like, first of all, I never got hired in that industry. I came as a partner. But the funny thing is they couldn't recognize me as a partner because they were not. And I couldn't recognize them as generals. They'd be like, yo, how you going to talk to, you're a soldier. How could you talk to a general like that without thinking your teeth are going to get cracked? You understand what I'm saying? And they didn't understand that. Like, you don't understand. I own this shit. You work for somebody. Talk to me like the boss. And it's crazy how you will talk to the people that don't own shit like the boss. They just couldn't understand what that meant to own my actual equity, have ownership, not sell my rights to something and then let somebody else pay me for my work. That does not logically make sense. And it never did to me. You know what that means? Like, you have a grown-ass man saying and being proud to say I'm signed. Does that actually sound right? I'm signed to another man. No, it doesn't. But they've actually programmed us to believe it is. You're going to give me an advance. I'm going to give you all the rights to my records, everything that I've done, my art. And then you're going to give me 10% of my art. That's what the music business is, or 8% if you're lucky. That just didn't make sense to me. And I never did. I did partnerships with my artists, with the artists I work with in the businesses that I do now, just because I want people to maintain their manhood. Like, I don't ever say you sign to me. I'm not letting, I don't like the way that sounds. So, even the verbiage and the whole thing, just your masters, you know what I'm saying? All of those things are like trigger words, that unconsciously control us. Can we smoke in?
If you want it. Yes. Is there, I don't know if there's, is that a fire alarm?
Yeah, that's a smoke alarm.
I just didn't know.
Fire alarm, you can't smoke.
You're not even from here, man.
I have no idea.
Don't even get out of here. That's just you just we're not in a hotel, okay?
Is it gonna go off? Because
you think it'll go off?
I have no idea what that is.
That's a smoke alarm. It should be fine.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
I really want to understand why Roc-A-Fella won, and
it's because it was real.
Because it was real.
It was real, and I wasn't having it. No one wanted to sign. Think about how this is the record industry. I took Jay-Z and shopped him to every single label, and they all said no. I had to do it myself.
Why did they say no?
Either he was too old, he rapped too fast, they just didn't have it. So we were like, we'll do it ourselves. So that's the thing. Remember when I said before, people been telling me I'm not a superhero, and I know I am, right? So if someone told you that you couldn't sell companies and do the things that you did, because to them, it's superhero shit. It's a dream that can't come true for them. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like, you've done things that people want to do. Mm-hmm. And I guarantee you, if you came with that idea to certain people, they'd say, give you 30 reasons why you can't do it. The reason why Roc-A-Fella was good, the reason why I did what I had to do, was because I knew how to have a clear dream without anyone obstructing it. I knew how to visualize winning. So if somebody told me, you can't do that because of this, get out my dream. Because that's not the last thought I'm going to have with my dream, because my mind is powerful. And whatever I see in my mind, I can make happen. So what I'm living in is my dream. I dreamed about coming to London right now. In the past, this was a visualization. I didn't know exactly what I'd be doing in London, but I visualized doing a lot of shit, talking to a lot of people. You understand what I'm saying? So if you can't visualize winning, then you will not win. And the average person, because we're programmed not to win, 99% of us are, we don't think anyone can. So when someone does, it's amazing. But it's just the program. As soon as you're born, I've said this before, you don't know about fear or what to be scared of until someone tells you what to be scared of. And a lot of what people tell you to be scared of is to actually be successful and dream and be independent and be on your own. What would you, like if you were a conniving person that wanted to take over the whole world and you had that kind of power, but you had to program everybody, the first thing I would do was take everybody's kids as soon as they wake up and program them for 8 hours a day on what I want them to do. I want you to go to college. I want you to get a job. I want you to work until you're 70. I want you to be unhappy. I want you to have debt. I want you to go get a loan to go to college. And then I want you to work that off. And if you don't go to college, then you make your parents' dreams into a nightmare. Most kids only go to college for their parents. You understand what I'm saying? And then you pay for that. So when I look at hieroglyphics, I never see school. I think parents love their children the most. No one's gonna love their kids more than the people that made them. Those should be the people teaching them. Why would you put a kid in a room behind a desk when the sun is out for their whole entire childhood? Not put them in front of water or ocean or anything that inspires them. Dim lights. If you notice, schools, jails, and hospitals all look exactly the same. Why wouldn't it be in something inspiring? Why? Because it's a program to keep us controlled. When you have to have order of masses, you have to have them all doing the same thing so you can know what they're doing, you can monetize what they're doing, you know how they're doing it. So at a very early age, I was like, yo, all this shit y'all teaching me, first of all, none of it makes me think I'm number one. It would make me, if I believed what y'all were teaching me, especially back then, that I'm number two, that I could never be a boss, that there could never be a black president. They never teach us how to pass laws and lobby or be politicians, and that's the only way to make change. So it has to be strategic. So when a cycle continues over and over again without change, it's either insanity or it's intentional. Somebody's losing, which is us, but somebody's winning, which is them. And they're controlling the game. So now we have to make our own game, which behooves us. But the patterns that are implemented, like you said, the DNA of who you are starts when you're a child. What happens as soon as you're 4 or 5 years old? Until you get taught what to read, how to read, what to do, and you're also told that the only way you could break a social class is to be an athlete or be in entertainment. And both are provided for you in school. So you just cash out and don't go to school, get an education. You go and invest all your dreams in being an athlete, which is like lotto. And when it doesn't happen, they build a jail based on those that don't graduate. That's how they build jail cells, which is a independent sector. With me, meaning that, it's out, it's not the government doesn't own it. And the intention is to keep those beds in those jails filled because you have a government contract. It's nothing but a hotel that you want to keep. So when you get to that jail, based on the fact that you didn't get your education, they make sure that you come back. No rehabilitation at all. And serve you bad food. No therapy. None of that shit. And it's obvious, if you study people, which people do, that you should do that different so that there would be a different result. But because there hasn't been any change made by anyone, the change has to come from us. And that's the reason why Roc-A-Fella was successful, because I wasn't with none of that. Not the education, not the programming that we should be signed, none of that shit. Not them telling me Jay was too old, all of that. You understand what I'm saying? So basically everything I've been told has not behooved me, but everything I do has. So when I don't listen, my family eats. When I do, we don't. I would love that.
That whole stint of your career, the Roc-A-Fella chapter, do you have any regrets surrounding that when you look back and think, I wish I'd done that differently? I wish someone had told me this thing.
That's Roc-A-Fella. That shit is art. Why would I want to mess with that? Look how it's impacted the world. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there'll be certain things that just because I know better, I do different. But who cares, man? I was like a kid.
What are those things? If you were giving me advice.
I wouldn't have been so generous with Jay. It was more friendship for me and money for him. And I always felt that, but I ignored it a little.
You regret ignoring that?
I don't regret it. I wouldn't have, the things that I wouldn't have let certain things happen because I didn't think they could happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would never do that. But he did things that I thought he would never do. So now I would be like, oh, he would do that. And I would make sure it didn't happen. So Roc-A-Fella would probably still exist right now.
I made those mistakes too.
It is what it is. Actually, the life that I got after Roc-A-Fella was it's been so fulfilling and I've had so much fun. You know, I just opened up art galleries all over the world and made music with cool people, and I just been doing cool shit for the last 10 years.
I was compelled by what you said earlier when you said Roc-A-Fella would still exist.
Yeah. Okay, you tell me what was the end of Roc-A-Fella and why it happened.
From what I understand, and again, this is just what I've read, there was a dinner that took place between you and Jay where Jay wanted to sell Roc-A-Fella to Def Jam.
No, that's not what happened.
Okay, well, there you go.
We met at dinner because I had heard from L.A. Reid that Jay was like, I'll take the job of president, but Damon and Biggs can't be down with Roc-A-Fella. And L.A. Reid was like, yo, and I thought John McNeely had said this shit. I was like, Jay could have never said that. And we went and he did me like public place, the whole shit, and told me this shit. And I was just like, you fucking serious?
Jay told you that?
He said, yeah, I want to be looked at as a businessman. And as long as you're around, I can't be looked at as a businessman. But I was like, what's that got to do with Roc-A-Fella? So he was like, yo, y'all can have Roc-A-Fella, but just give me my reasonable doubt masters back. I said, let me think about it. And I went and did a screening of The Woodsman. And I was like, yo, come with me to the screening so he could walk the carpet. He's like, nah, you're all dressed up. And I was like, this nigga never helps. But my point is, regardless of what, Roc-A-Fella still existed. It's just I didn't run it. They still were passing laws. So can you imagine this conversation? Yo, what are we gonna do now? We don't have slaves. Well, we have to make it where they're slaves, but they don't know it. How do we do that? Well, let's oppress them and let's make them fight each other. So every time one kills, we get one killed, and then one goes to jail. We get 2 for 1. Plus, they all have kids. They have kids. So now they don't have parents. They're disenfranchised. So now the kids do the same exact thing because they have nobody to lead them. You understand what I'm saying? It's just a plan to make us think we're winning when we're losing. But what we really do is we give away our freedom. So what happens is you commit a crime, you hurt your brother, and now legally you're in chains. You're put in a cage and you're working for slave wages. And now, instead of slave master or master, it's warden or CO. Or at least that's what we call them in the States. I don't know what they call it's called a correction officer, CO, or warden, whoever runs the jail. It's a plan. So they always trick us into giving away our freedom by dangling a bag.
The bag, though, can sometimes be very big.
But the bag it's man-made. Money is man-made. The value of money is made based on what a man says. But real currency is love, and that's God-made. So why would you listen just logically to man telling you that his currency is more powerful than God's currency, which is love? I'm going with God's currency every time, just because it's logical. And that's another thing. Logically, I just believe God has to be a woman. Why? Can you create life? But God creates life. Can a woman create life? So what would be the closest thing to God? The creator of life would be a woman. But of course a man, because they have muscle, would trick the rest of the world into believing that man would be in... If war and people fighting is the least smartest thing in the world to do, and that's men do that all day. It's the most destructive thing to do. It's bad for business, but it's good for someone else's, whoever's selling bullets. You understand what I'm saying? And men do this all day. So if, men been running this shit for a while and shit is fucked up. I would love to see what life looks like with women running things.
So y'all hear it right there, and y'all heard it right from the horse's mouth, man, where you couldn't hear it no more. You're going to hear it on one of the realest shows, the podcast, by the way. Y'all heard it right there, man. It don't get no realer than that. So, you know, with that being said, man, cuz, how do you feel, you know, just me even shooting that out there, how do you feel about it? What's your thoughts? Just me shooting it out there initially and just saying that.
Man, it's wild.
Saying that he made Jay-Z and he made Kanye. Do you feel like that? And if you don't, tell us why, man. Tell the people why. Y'all make sure y'all leave in the comments too how y'all feeling about it.
In a sense, I could see why Dame would say that because he was the man who got Jay-Z.
No, bro, he was the one that got him plays, right? Y'all heard it.
Pulled, you know what I'm saying, Ye into the building to give him that shot when nobody else was, you know.
Did he?
You know, not really getting that opportunity. So,
same for you, Jay.
I mean, so technically their career, you could say this person gave you the opportunity. He put you on. He did make you into something. He made you. You could say that.
Who's the real Pippen and who's the real Jordan in this sense right now, though?
I would have to say that Dame was
Jordan and my
the
boy.
rest was Pippen.
And that's why we lock in and we do it, bro.
I would have to say that. I mean, because of if you understand it,
bro.
You know what I mean? I mean, like,
if you understand
it.
Right.
If it wasn't for the smarts with Jay, the gold, the know-how, you know what I'm saying, the cojones, you know what I'm saying, to go ahead and be the driving force to get these labels to give them a shot.
Yeah,
you wouldn't.
It was an unknown.
It would have been a while. You know what I'm saying? It would have been a while because I think at the time when Jay had got his deal like that, when he got put on to the stardom of it. Shoot, what was it? Reasonable doubt? Reasonable doubt.
But you got to go before then, even like he said in the interview.
He was probably in his 20s when he was.
He said in that interview, though, because he said that he was the one shuffling around trying to get Jay-Z playing, get Jay-Z out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it wasn't the know-how, the shopping and like strong-arming the ARs and everybody.
He was changing the game, changing diverse, you know what I'm saying? And then they turned around what he always said about the culture version thing because they turned around and everything that he taught them, they tried to take it back from him and not being a black descendant of your hip-hop or culture of which we are. But you running the face of a company that you're a white man and stating that you're using black images and people and stuff that we're doing, bro. So you got to look at that. So Dame stood up for that, and he really showed people the level of anticipation in the game of it in general.
Business aspect.
And then he'll show you the side too, like, bro, you not about to cross that line. Like, this is our culture. When is a white man, you know what I'm saying, run our culture? This is our culture. That's what they say. So you got to look at it from both sides, man. A brilliant genius when it comes to it. One of those people that kind of took scrutiny like Kanye. You know what I'm saying? He's another Kanye, Kyrie, Dave Chappelle. You know, don't forget now, he can go too. You feel me? They can go with the best of them, bro. Man. So you got to look at it too, man, and see what time it really is.
He is smart. Dame is a smart dude, dog. He is a smart dude.
Man, he's smart. I'm definitely gonna say when he played that role to Jordan and Pippen, I'm gonna say Jordan plays Dame Dash. Dame Dash is Michael Jordan, and Jay-Z was Pip because you gotta have street smarts. You gotta have the grit. You gotta have the game, the knowledge, and he on the streets and he in the street. You know what I'm saying? At the same time with it, bro. So he really set trends for a lot of these cats out here right now, man. You can't say nothing about one of the greats without mentioning Dame Dash, bro.
Quick question though, man. I had because now that you said this, I'm thinking about Ice-T came on an interview, and I never knew this. I never knew this until I heard this. And I don't know, maybe Ice-T could be talking, maybe, I don't know. It Was All Good just a week ago with Too Short was actually Ice-T's song. Chris Rock heard it. Allegedly, Chris Rock heard it. And told Jay he should, you know what I'm saying, remake it. He should do the song. Jay bought the copyrights and then
did it.
There you go. That's how it got made. So
done it.
Yeah, I mean,
Done it.
I would have to say, like I said, with Dame, with the business aspect, the cojones, the drive, and everything, the vision that he had set, man, he
set
was
the
out
tone.
for his people,
He
and
was
he was
the
trying
company.
to get that.
To me, he was the company. When you look at longevity of a company, you definitely gotta have a person rocking the mic. I'm not gonna undermine dog. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of him now. Really weird person right now to where he is now, where he used to be. Dame took his pitfall from it, you know what I'm saying, voicing his opinion on how he felt like he was the person that ran the company, did everything for the company, put Jay-Z out there for the company, made deals for the company. When you're doing that, you're Michael Jordan. At the end of the day,
Facilitate.
you facilitating, you know what I'm saying? You telling people where to go, what to do, you know what I'm saying? You might bump heads with a mug, get in a fight with a mug here and there, but you running it, bro, like. And you can see that tiger animal instinct out of that boy. You don't see that out of J Rap. You get it out of his rap, but you don't see it in real life,
real
bro.
life
So,
form, yeah.
but just listening to this interview, he's really getting the meat and potatoes out, you know what I'm saying, about really what's been going on, how he felt about the whole situation. He felt like he was Roc-A-Fella. He taught Jay-Z the business side of Roc-A-Fella. Jay-Z didn't know nothing but how to rap. You see what I'm saying? So
it was safe to say
Dame was smart.
I mean, and I still I still hear that lyric play out. I hear saying they made Ho say, okay, so make another Ho.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That
so
was part of that era, though.
Right.
You know, that'll never be redid, I don't think.
Nah, but I mean, like I said, Roc-A-Fella wouldn't be Roc-A-Fella without Dame.
Yeah, it wouldn't be where they are without Dame. No,
I don't know.
I'm on the same page with you. You know what I mean? I just wanted to bring it up because I feel like the dog got every right to say it. He is the Jordan to that Pippen. It's not the other way around. Don't get it twisted. No matter how long and how far, longevity-wise Jay-Z's career has went, I'm still going to rock with Dame on what he's saying. He putting real facts down. And I said, I want to go back, rewind it again, man. Check that quick audio out that we just dropped for y'all, man, on it. But definitely a dope one. We had to hit the switch real quick, man, on that one, bro.
It's crazy how
really
this feel like that, like for real, like we can't make this up, bro.
Man.
We don't talk about a lot of stuff off camera pertaining to what we go into discussion. It might be maybe a handful here and there, but for the most part, man, he doesn't share with, you know what I'm saying? I might bring up a topic and it just be kind of like crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Look, but you
bro.
you just literally said what you said about this when you cracked it off with who? Think about it.
R-Kill.
Okay, so you go from R-Kill, we got to talking about something else and all the way until which led to my topic, you know what I'm saying? It just made
why it's organic. This is why this is that podcast that y'all can't duplicate. You feel me? This is like Stockton and Malone. This is like Jordan and Pippen. This is like, you know what I'm saying, poetry, emotion, Shaq and Penny. You feel me?
Look. Or John Starks and Patrick Ewing. You feel me? Like, we bringing it, boy, on everything, on every level, on every aspect, man. Because I wanted to keep talking because we got a little bit real quick. I wanted to bring up just some, some stuff that just randomly came off the dome, man. Did you know that there will no longer, what they're saying, there's no longer, quote unquote, any middle class citizens any longer. It's been announced that there's basically the end of the middle class has shown itself, bro. So we will include this, article that we have, audio, we do have it. Just basically stating that there's no longer any middle class. It's only higher, or basically you're poor. Middle class is wiped away. And this is what what's your thoughts on it, man? Just hearing me talk about it.
Going back to Bush Sr. being in office, there was talk then when the change that came about, I do believe, or was that when Clinton had got in? I think it might have been around when Clinton got in. You had lower class, middle class, and upper. I think when Bush was in office, Bush Sr. When Clinton came into office, they had alleviated. So now it is full blown. Times are telling. Times are telling. Like you're either at that 1%. or you just in the category of that 99. You
Right,
feel me?
right.
It's either or.
It's crazy. What else is your thoughts on it, man?
Man, it's sickening. It's sickening. A lot of it has to do with greed.
Yeah.
It's pitiful. Yeah. I could go on for days about this situation. These companies, I think, they do it. They're the ones who get all the money while, where the ants are working.
Yeah.
And, they doing all the work for that company to bring them in buku dollars, and they not giving out enough. Yeah. And this is why we are underpaid.
We are underpaid, and the whole nine is cracking off.
It's not enough. It's definitely not enough. And it should be laws against this type of stuff, but they don't put that into motion.
It should, because you got to look at, too, a lot of the people, what they call dummies, don't read it. You know what I'm saying? You got to read what you getting yourself into at the end of the day, man. Lock into that one. We just a voice box on the show. Man. You know what I'm saying? That's all we is. We just a voice box, you know what I'm saying? Giving y'all that, you know what I'm saying?
This
for both perspectives.
This is that podcast that, like,
what
it's for the people who got a whole lot to say but don't know how to say it.
Don't know how to say it.
Or they don't be heard. You feel me? Like I said, you might be at that family function. Uncle Earl is out there, you know what I'm saying, rambling, and everybody like, oh, Uncle Earl crazy.
Or we could be that podcast like your uncle on the grill. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
uncle on the grill, you know what I'm saying? Spitting that real deal.
That science,
you feel what I'm saying? We gonna put it down.
Absolutely.
And keep putting it down, continue to put it down. Like I said, man, we appreciate all the support. Appreciate everybody running them numbers up. Keep running numbers. All love. Shout outs for you, man, on this one. Who you got? I know we was reading through our comments. Who you got to shout out?
Man, I got to shout out Sadai.
We'll put it in there for you.
Make sure I'm not sure. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Hey, fella, thank you for rocking with us. We salute. You are not alone. Trust and believe that.
Real comment right there.
I can't really read from this far. My eyesight is bad, and I ain't got no glasses, fam. So.
No, it was a real comment, man. Like I said, we always appreciate the real comments. You feel me?
I want to say.
I can't remember. We're included in the video.
I do apologize if I said your name wrong. You know what I'm saying? Forgive me, fam. But yeah, shout out to you. We are rocking with you. Yes, like I said, once again, you are not alone. There are others who think around in this world like you, or that just notices and that is woke finally.
Yeah.
You know
There's
what I'm saying?
Other comments too as well. Other people have commented too and always gave their opinion, which we appreciate on the show because it's also genuine for us for what we're doing to see, you know what I'm saying, the other feedback of it come back. Like I said, which will probably lead initially after it's all said and done to where we will be going back live, but it'll just be on our platform of YouTube and really gravitating towards those who are on at the times that we doing our stuff, where we put it down.
Who would you like to shout out?
Man, it's a plethora of people, man. I want to shout out everybody that's keeping the channel pumping. There is no individual as that, man. It's just everybody that's coming in. Taking 5, 10, 15, 20, however if you want to watch the full show, just giving us the play of watching our video, man, and simply giving us a thumbs down, thumbs up.
I appreciate it.
We appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Sharing. The views count for me, bro, so that's where it really is for me, man. It's the love all on that whole platform to see us growing as a channel. And then not only like that, the same energy y'all giving us though on the channel, we want y'all to give us on IG. That's why, cuz where we at on the IG for one more time.
_Buck_podcast spelled just like that.
Straight like that, y'all.
Right on the YouTube again.
Before we get on that tool, we're going to put that thing right there, man. That tag on the side of the screen is not going to link and hack your phone. We ain't on no stuff like that. No,
we ain't no weirdo.
What's going to happen is you're going to scan that QR code. It's going to run you right over to the IG channel at _Buck_podcast. Like he said, spelled straight like that. Y'all can indeed follow us there. Get them little tidbits before they drop on YouTube and see what we going to run it up on.
But in closing, hey, all I can tell y'all, things got to get better, but a change has to come within.
Some thought, man. It's food for thought for you right here. Like I said, we give y'all plenty of that right here. We give you food for thought. We teach you how to cook it. We teach you how to, you know what I'm saying, do it from process from beginning to the end. You feel me? So Y'all better look at the game we giving you. It's straight GAME, and that's what you're gonna get on the show, man.
Absolutely.
Cuz like I said, man, always a pleasure in, man, to do this. Like I said, running 3-4 episodes a night is what we do, man. We stay consistent, stay engaged, and stay
always and
for
forever
y'all.
though.
One But Podcast, man. We gonna pick up what we put down on this one, on the next one. This is One But Podcast,
Where we keep it a buck,
and we hope y'all keep it a buck too. Peace.